Have you ever taken one of those personality tests? You know, the ones that stick a label on you. Extrovert, introvert, agreeable. But does that one word, that single label, really capture who you are, like all the time? Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty revolutionary idea, that your personality isn't some fixed label, but a dynamic, living system. I mean, really think about it for a second. The way you joke around with your best friend, is that the same you that's in a performance review with your boss? Or the you that's at a big family dinner? Of course not. If we were just static labels, wouldn't we be pretty much the same everywhere we go? And this gets us to something psychologists have called the personality paradox. We all have this deep down feeling that we're a consistent person, right? I am who I am. But when researchers actually tried to measure people's behavior, they got charts that looked, well, like this. Kind of all over the place, jumping wildly from one situation to the next. So how can we feel so consistent, yet act so differently? That's the puzzle we're going to solve today. So if our consistency isn't found in our average behavior, then where in the world is it? Well, the answer lies in this absolutely groundbreaking concept, the behavioral signature. This is where we start to see the beautiful, hidden pattern inside all that messy variable data. So what is a behavioral signature? Think of it like your own personal, unwritten rulebook for how you react to the world. It's not about what you do on average. No, it's about your specific, consistent patterns. It's about the if-then statements that define you. If this particular thing happens, then you react in your own predictable way. And this slide just makes it crystal clear. The old traditional view saw personality as this static thing. You're either conscientious or you're not. Period. But the behavioral signature view is so much more nuanced and, frankly, so much more true to life. It captures the reality of a kid who might be super compliant if an adult praises them, but then turns aggressive if a friend teases them. It's the same person. The consistency isn't in the trait, it's in their predictable pattern of reaction. And get this isn't just some abstract theory. Look at this incredible data. Check out child #9. This child's aggression spikes if an adult warns them. But now look at child #28. They're the total opposite. Their aggression is highest if a peer approaches them in a positive way. These kids have their own unique, stable profiles of aggression. They're like personality fingerprints. The consistency isn't just in being aggressive. It's in the very specific when and why. Okay, so if we all have these unique if-then signatures, what's the engine that's actually generating them? I mean, where do they come from? To answer that, we've got to look under the hood, inside the personality system itself. And this is it. It's called the Cognitive Affective Personality System, or CAPS for short. Now, I know it might look a little complicated, but the idea behind it is actually super simple and powerful. Just think of your mind as this unique web of interconnected nodes, your thoughts, feelings, goals, beliefs, all of it. When you walk into a situation, certain features of it, like maybe a critical comment from your boss, activate a specific pathway through your personal web, lighting up a chain reaction of thoughts and feelings that produces your behavior. So what are these nodes in our mental network? They're basically the building blocks of you. You've got your encodings, that's how you see the world, the lens you look through. Your expectancies, what you think is going to happen next. Your affects, that's just your gut feelings, your emotions. Your goals, what drives you, what you want. And finally, your competencies and plans, what you know how to do and the strategies you use. The unique way all of these are wired together is what makes your personality system yours and yours alone. Now, this raises a huge question, right? Where does this unique wiring come from? What shapes all these connections in our personality system? Well, one of the most powerful forces out there is culture. I absolutely love this quote by Geert Hofstede because it just hits the nail on the head. Collective programming of the mind. It's like our culture provides the initial software for our personality system. It teaches us which connections matter, what we should value, and how we should interpret the world around us. And you can see this programming so clearly when you compare different cultural models of the self. In a lot of Western cultures, the system is programmed to value independence, uniqueness, being your own person. The self is a distinct, separate unit. But in many Eastern cultures, the system is programmed for interdependence, where the self is defined mainly by its connections to the group. This one fundamental difference shapes countless if-then patterns for things like success, failure, and how we interact with each other. But just as culture helps build this incredible system, other experiences can, well, they can disrupt it. And one of the most profound and damaging influences is childhood trauma. It can fundamentally and painfully alter the wiring of our personality as it's being built. And the research on this is, unfortunately, crystal clear. Early adverse experiences don't just leave behind bad memories. They can actually interfere with the basic construction of a coherent self and with our ability to manage our emotions and our relationships. So how does this disruption actually happen? Well, it often starts by shattering the basic attachment bonds, that sense of trust we need to feel safe in the world. From there, it can poison how we see ourselves, leading to these deep internalized beliefs that we're worthless or flawed. And finally, it can really damage the system's ability to regulate emotion. It's like the emotional thermostat gets broken, leaving it stuck on high alert. Okay, so let's just step back for a second and pull all of this together. We've seen that personality isn't some simple trait, but this complex, amazing system defined by if-then signatures. We've seen how forces like culture help build it and how things like trauma can disrupt it. And this gives us a completely new way of looking at ourselves. And this is the best part because it brings us right back to that paradox from the beginning. It turns out our gut feeling, our intuition that we're consistent, was right all along. This chart shows that people who feel like they're consistent people don't actually act the same way all the time. But their if-then patterns, their behavioral signatures, are way more stable and predictable. We were just looking for our consistency in the wrong place. Let that one sink in because it's really the core idea of this whole explainer. Your consistency, the stable, real, enduring part of you, isn't about always being the same. It's found in your consistent, reliable patterns of how you change as you move through all the different situations in your life. So in the end, this completely flips our understanding. Your personality isn't a label someone can just slap on you. It's a living, breathing process. It's the story of all your if-thens, the unique ways you navigate the world. So the question isn't, what label are you? It's, what's your story?